Hey guys, me Saskin43, and I'm here today to talk about COPPA because it is the subject of lots of videos going around, and I feel like it's really time to bring this discussion fully into KinzTube. I really wish I made a video about this sooner and discussed what was going to happen, the results of it, because I am now realizing that a lot of KinzTubers are uneducated on this subject, and I think it's important for everyone to understand what's going on here. How COPPA basically works is that a site will have to integrate features to protect children under the age of 13 if the site knowingly has children under the age of 13. That's why Webkinz has all these things on their site, because they are for children under 13. They have to have all these safety measures in to keep them safe. Meanwhile, sites like Instagram, DeviantArt, and up until recently YouTube got around this. When you signed up for an account, you had to click yes, I am over 13 in the checkbox, which that meant you're either a child using your parents' account, so you had their permission, or you were over 13 and it didn't apply to you. That's basically how it was supposed to work, but then YouTube screwed it up, and oh boy. First, there was the YouTube Kids app. Oh no! Then they bragged with their advertisers saying YouTube was a big hit platform with kids between the ages of 6 and 11. It's so big, and it's like YouTube got fined $170 million because they were using targeted ads to children. The whole thing about COPPA is protecting children's privacy and data online. So their data should not be harvested, should not be put in an algorithm, and definitely that algorithm should not be used to advertise to them. That is what this whole thing is about. But basically, the end result of this lawsuit was that YouTube got fined and they had to integrate the rules that the FTC wrote. The FTC made the rules, but it's YouTube's fault for bragging about knowingly having children under 13 on their platform, because if they hadn't done that, none of this would have happened because their site would still have been COPPA compliant. They could have said, well, we don't know of anyone under the age of 13 because they have to click this checkbox. But like I said, these rules are also be written by people who have this act from the 90s and might not even fully realize what has changed nowadays and how different things are. In the end, both YouTube and the FTC are to blame for this. It was like a collaborated effort to ruin our lives. Now, these rules, I am very iffy on what's going on and if anything is going to change. In the email YouTube put out, they said they are still trying to negotiate with the FTC to get things working. But also the FTC, when this stuff was announced back in like November, they said they'd be taking comments until December 9th, and I figured we would see a revise before January when it was going to go into effect. And, well, here we are over halfway through January, and there has been no revisions. And I want to make this clear. The act is not like the same rules that were written in the 90s. It is an old law, but to keep up with the changing times, it was set to be revised every 10 years, but it got revised early because of parents' concerns over YouTube. That was the whole thing. The act is not like just this ancient dinosaur they're enacting on modern websites. I want to be clear. There's some old things in there, but they try and keep it up to date. However, how good of a job they do at that is questionable. Now, why did I just explain all this and go into all this detail? Well, like I said, I feel like a lot of people are woefully uneducated. I've been following the story very closely because I recognize it is something that is going to seriously impact Webkinz and, frankly, all of KinzTube and their channels. So that's why I wanted to talk about this today. I'm at the FTC's website right now. You can see it and stuff there. This is an older post. This, I believe, is from November. Yeah, this is from November. This is the whole thing, but as far as I can tell, they haven't said anything about any revisions. But the rules are basically this. Your video is child-directed, judging on the subject matter, visual content, use of animated characters or child-oriented activities and incentives, the kind of music or other audio content, the age of models, the presence of child celebrities or celebrities who appeal to children, you know, like everyone. Language and other characteristics of the site. Oh yeah, because I say the word yeah, that's a child word. Yeah. Whether advertising that promotes or appears in the site is directed towards children, and competent and reliable empirical evidence about the age of the audience. It's not, oh, if you have one of these, you're safe. It's all these factors that will be taken into consideration. Now, YouTube put in a thing rather than letting their automated bots do it all because they realize people really don't like automated systems, and considering you could be fined $42,530 if your video is deemed to be mislabeled. YouTube let you set it themselves, which that is a decent thing, but no one has been fined yet. However, That is because the FTC has not done a sweep yet. They said they're going to let COPPA ride out for a little bit in YouTube, then do a sweep of the site to see if people are actually marking their videos correctly.
So the analogy that I think of, imperfect, is the expression about shooting fish in a barrel. And YouTube is the barrel, and the content creators are the fish.
Plus, I also kind of want to just say this real quick. If anyone even is going to get fined from the KinzTube community, I guarantee you it will not be the full $42,000 fine. If you read right here, they consider a number of factors to determine the appropriate amount, including a company's financial condition, the impact a penalty could have on its ability to stay in business. They're going to base it somewhat on your income you get in and how much you can afford to pay, which for a lot of us, it won't be a lot. Like if a big YouTuber like PewDiePie got hit, he would probably get fined the full amount because he's making lots of money from these videos. People like us, I highly doubt that we would get fined anywhere near $10,000 even. Which, don't get me wrong, even being fined like $10,000 or something, that is a big amount. It's not $42,000, and we probably, very few people I feel like are going to get this big fine unless it's like the top cream of the crop YouTubers. It's also important to mention that this fine is per video. So, yeah, all of this is really, really scary, and that's why I want to talk about this a little bit. Now, you've probably already noticed videos that are marked for kids don't have targeted ads, which, considering they make a lot less money, that throws them out of favor with the algorithm, so they don't get promoted at all, meaning they also are less likely to appear in search results, and basically if a video is marked for kids, no one's gonna see it. They also will not send out push notifications. Why kids can't be notified when a video is uploaded for them, I don't know. But most importantly, I think the thing that a lot of us KinzTubers are worried about is the fact that these videos don't have comments. You guys know my channel had comments turned off for a long time, and I've kind of been enjoying having them on. Then it's like, oh, well, that lasted. But at the same time, do you want to risk this? And there's also the question, for the people that don't have ads on their videos, do they still fall under these rules? And a lot of it's really, really dumb because us YouTubers, we weren't the ones that were harvesting the data of children under 13 to advertise to them. We basically put our videos on the platform and YouTube does whatever they want to with them. And we just make the content for a cut of the ad revenue. But like I said, this is going to put KinzTube in a really big situation. Like I just said, if our videos aren't searchable, people aren't getting notified when they are uploaded, which, by the way, hit the bell if you haven't already. People can't interact with comments, which is another thing that's engagement, and that makes YouTube push the video more. If we can't have any of that, what is going to happen to KinzTube and the Webkinz community? That is the big question, and personally, I think it's basically a death sentence for it. I hate to say it like that, but that's my personal opinion. But something I did want to bring up here is, I think Webkinz actually fall into a semi-gray area. Like I said, the Webkinz website itself is COPPA compliant. It has COPPA integrated into it. And the plush toys, well, plushies appeal to all ages. So does that mean we're safe? No, family-friendly content is also kind of like up in the air. But the thing is, it's how we use the Webkinz in videos. These are stuffed toys. Opening up a package, that's a toy unboxing. And adopting them on Webkinz World or something, that's playing a child's game. Now see, if you look at it just like that, Webkinz are kids videos. However, if you look at it like this, I am 20 years old. I am making these videos. This video right here, this could be something kids might watch, but is this really made for kids? No. I consider my content to be for teens and young adults. Things like Signature Island, yeah, they're fun, but they also cover more serious themes. While they use kids' toys, I feel like those videos are for teenagers, but will the outside eye looking in see, hey, that's the kids video because it uses toys? Because right here, the use of animated characters or child-oriented activities, yeah, this is Webkinz. And I mean people that do vlogs, kind of like me, who use a Webkinz to talk instead of getting in front of the camera. If you were in front of the camera showing your face, you could argue it's for all audiences, it's not just for kids. But when you use a toy, can you make the same argument? Is it based on the things you're saying or the setup you have and what you're using to talk? This is why I think Webkinz is kind of a big gray area and I don't fully know where we stand. And as far as I've seen too, looking at my analytics, 2019 actually yielded my oldest audience so far. Half, 50% of my audience were between the ages of 18 and 24. But of course, we don't know how many of these people are under 13 because to have an account, you have to click that 13 plus checkbox and enter a birthday. People could lie about their birthdays. You never know. Or they could be using a parent's account. You don't know. We don't have access to these types of analytics. But this raised a big question, and I wanted to find out some answers about this. I want to find out who is actually watching Webkinz videos. Should they be deemed child's content or not? And I want to be clear, I'm not saying like, oh, please mark your videos as not for kids, or oh, go ahead, mark your videos as for kids. I'm not trying to say anything. I'm just trying to figure out where Webkinz stands in this. No matter what, it's still kind of a gray area, and you have to put thought into what you're going to set your videos to and have a reason why. But I really want to find out who is really watching Webkinz videos. How old are they? What deems a video Webkinz content? I want us to go ahead and just have a discussion about this and have a better understanding about where we might stand regarding COPPA. So in the description down below, I set up a Google form for a survey, and I would like anyone watching this to please take like the 5-10 minutes out of your day to fill it out. And also please spread this around social media, because this is not just for KinzTubers, this is for anyone that watches Webkinz videos. This is for the Webkinz community in general. I want to get as many diverse answers as possible because that will lead to the best and most accurate results. Now, I will go ahead and I will share the results after everything is done in probably about 2 weeks if I have time. And I think this will be some valuable information to, frankly, all of us KinzTubers. But in the comments down below, I want to have a discussion. Let's have a discussion about this. Do you think your videos personally qualify as kids content? Why or why not? What do you think qualifies as kids content? What do you think at COPPA? Let us start a nice discussion here. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.